Good morning. This is the June 5th Site Plan Review Committee meeting. In attendance are members of the committee this morning, Dana Bringiforti, City Assessor, Police Chief James Guido, Pat DeMarco, Code Consultant, Ben DeCristoforo, Building Inspector, Frank Springy, City Planner, and Nick Rystrom, City Engineer. Also with us is Paul Cheevers from Fire Prevention, Paula Gengio, Superintendent of Public Works, and Mark Locke, Plumbing Inspector. Why don't we have come up, the first site plan is 245 River Beach Parkway. Hi, Christine.
Good morning. Christine Thomas, 284 Tyler Farm Road in West Newbury, Vermont. And I'm a member of the ownership group of RBP Hotel LLC that owns 245 Revere Beach Parkway. And I'm here because we would like to modify the plan in order to accommodate a dual-branded hotel, and there has to be a minimum room count to do that. So we're reducing the number of extended stay. The original permitted room count was 132 rooms, and we're reducing, and they were all extended stay rooms. There was some concern about that volume of extended stay rooms within public comment. We're reducing the number of extended stay units by 50 units to 72, and that allows us to add a second brand with standard rooms of 80 units. So the request here is that this plan is able to accommodate doing that. We gain 20 guest rooms in order to accomplish this, and that way each brand has a sufficient number of rooms to be a valid room count for each brand. That we're able to do this because standard rooms are so much smaller than extended stay rooms by not changing any of the dimensions of the building. So it's within the original footprint of the building, no height change, no setback change, no change in square footage, as the plan will show. That what we are is within a PUD, and that we were permitted for 132 rooms with a 0.5 parking ratio. We are requesting the ability to add those 20 rooms, and we're able to maintain the same parking ratio, and because we could have more efficiently lay out the parking, we only strove to meet the 0.5 of the original permit by parking a little more efficiently within the parking field. We were able to maintain the parking ratio of 0.5 for the increased rooms.
That's for the hotel.
Yes.
Okay. This is an amendment to the plan unit development that was issued for 205 River Beach Parkway. So since they are modifying the number of rooms, it requires city council approval. So Christine will have to go back to the city council for a special permit for that amendment. And that's what you will be going for the special permit. So your next step is to set up a public hearing with the city council and make a presentation of your modification. And once that's approved, you will come back to site plan review with your special permit, recorded copy of that special permit, and we can do a final site plan review on it. And that's it. You'll be all set.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
So your next step is city council special permit, and get that going.
Okay.
Can we keep a copy of this for our records
You
for
can
now?
keep that copy, and I can forward an electronic copy if you would like that as well.
Okay. I like to have a hard copy for maintain a file, site plan review file on it, so this should be good. Okay, Chris.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you. I think that the opportunity to do dual branding is sort of the cutting edge in the lodging industry, and that we've been called in to work for hotel companies to help them contemplate how to do that. And it efficiently uses public space but satisfies people with different needs, and so we can run a stronger performance, which is better in our mind for being able to continue to be a wonderfully performing hotel, even in economic cycles. So we're excited to be tackling this project here in Revere.
Yeah, it's a better proposal, definitely is, so we look forward to it.
Thank you so much.
54 Yeaman Street, you want to come forward?
Good morning.
54 Yeamans. So,
Good morning. Good morning, sir.
you were seeking to change 54 Yeamans, which is an office, to a convenience store.
Yes, sir. I had already applied through the online services, and then when I came to follow up, I received this paper that I showed you earlier.
Can we take a look at
upon
that?
approval from the space.
Well, you were given this information by somebody because that's zoned general residence. It's a residential district, and convenience store is not allowed in that district.
I came in, I looked at the files, I signed everything to look at the property, what it was before. I asked the people that were there, Miss Valerie, Miss Mel, I think.
Yeah.
And then when Valerie was away on a week of vacation past month, a couple gentlemen were there attending differently. And, you know, I came, seeked information. They looked at it, they just gave me that, and they said it was, had already been approved. So since then, I've been working on the store.
All right, so I can tell you that I'm the one that commented. I did send you the site plan review. Did you get that email?
Yes, I was showing him
Okay,
this,
yeah,
that
that-
I came in because I wasn't sure exactly what plans
Right.
were needed upon.
So the approval relative to this is from the Board of Health, and that doesn't give you occupancy. They're just saying that from the Board of Health's perspective, they're all set.
Oh, okay, okay.
I don't know who responded to that.
It says Joseph Habib on the thing.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure why he responded to that, but he does it, oh, that's a good standing check. This is just a good standing check.
That's all.
Okay, that's all that is.
Okay.
So there is a process, there's a zoning review first,
Okay.
which says, allows you to go forward if you comply with the zoning review. So this was the step today to do a zoning review, and since the property is zoned residential, this use is not allowed. So you will be denied on citizen serve, on e-permitting, because of that, because of the zoning.
Okay, so with the convenience store, this is the services that I plan to offer. Would I be able to still do the money transfers and the money orders, since it's an office space as it is? Because that's all it would require.
Yeah, no, so unfortunately, that use falls beyond the professional office use. So that would not be allowed.
How is this an insurance appraisal services open to the public before that?
It's not open to the public, sir. So there's a definition for professional office in our definitions, and this falls outside of that,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
So does the use comply with anything that the city allows?
But you can maintain the same use, which is an appraisal office. Continuation of that non-conforming use. Anything above and beyond that would require relief. It's not allowed, but you can seek relief through the city council if you choose to.
How does that process work?
You would have to present your case, we would reject it, and you go in front of the city council and propose that change, or the more non-conforming.
Because while
Yes.
I've been working at the space and, you know, painting outside and stuff, trying to like make it look nicer for the community, everyone's been, you know, coming, you know, around the area saying, oh, this is great, this is what we've been expecting.
Yes, but
all this
understand
stuff.
what the building
No,
inspector
I'm
is
just-
telling you, that the only use that could go in there is some sort of office, a professional office.
Are you
No
the-
retail use could go in there at
Correct.
all. Not at all, not even through a city council special permit, because it is zoned for residential.
Are you the owner of the property?
No, I am
Oh,
Mr. Christopher Casanello.
okay. Okay. Yeah, that was just a good standard.
Yeah, that's all it
Relative
was.
to any fines or other outstanding taxes.
So those are your options. You can look for a new use that's an office use within that category to continue that same use in the building.
So by category, what do you mean? Like it just has to be insurance?
Realtor, attorney. If you look at the zoning ordinance, it'll specify what professional office is, and you can go from there. Okay?
All right.
Next site plan is for
Thank you,
253 Walnut Avenue.
Morning, gentlemen. My name's Andrew Fenno. I'm sorry that my mother cannot be here today, so I'll be sitting in for her. My mother's the owner, well, my mother and father are the owner of the house, and we have a two-family currently right now, which is 255 and 253. We have approximately a quarter acre of land. I don't know if anybody's looked at our parcel. Okay.
I have no
We-
idea.
you-
Yeah, that was just told
this is
to
the
show
Site
up
plan
here.
review committee.
Right. I
People
was-
come before us with plans, so. we-
Right, I was told just to come here that I don't need to bring a plan. I wanted to know if we could build a second development on our
Well, we
property.
can't determine that without a plan.
I understand, that's why I didn't understand why I was told to show up here
Yeah.
without any plans. How would I go about doing that then? I need somebody to look at our parcel.
Yeah,
Right,
I can do that, if you want to wait till after the meeting.
yeah, that would
over.
be fine, sure.
I can take you upstairs and go on GIS and tell you.
Yeah, that would be
exactly what
great.
we can do.
Yeah, because I went down
You may be able to
in the other
pull it up
building,
here. We have
yeah.
that ability.
You're looking to put another building on that property?
Correct.
Oh, judging from this, you wouldn't be able to. Is this the one?
Well, we could, the thing is, we could, we have a two-car garage that we were planning on tearing down and the front yard opening up. Right,
That's all. You need 8,000 square feet for a subdivision. And you don't, you have
8,000
80-foot front, you need
right.
80-foot frontage on a public way.
It's only at
You
50.
don't even have
He
that.
only has 50, Frank.
You have 50.
so we were looking on 75 Arlington Street. There is a property that the owner built in her backyard that would be similar to what we would be doing.
I don't know, when was that?
I don't know when that was put up, probably like about 6 years ago, 7 years ago. We could tear down our frontage to the house to egress the back and also the two-car garage. And open that all up. Yeah, there's a two-car garage right there.
Oh, yeah, but they had two lots, and plenty of frontage. It's a totally different
Is it?
situation. Yeah. I'm
So-
sorry to inform you, but you wouldn't comply with any of the zoning requirements to subdivide that land and create another lot there.
Right, there would be no way to move the second dwelling up, no? Like, what are the boundary requirements, just so I can,
Well, you would need 10 feet on each side, 20 in the front, and 30 in the rear.
okay. So, and what's the amount of space from the street that you need? You said
20-foot
that there's,
setback.
right, so it can be only a maximum of 20 feet back,
Minimum.
minimum of 20
Yeah.
feet back,
But I
okay?
think the real issue is the frontage.
Yeah,
It's
the
the
lot is only
frontage.
50 feet wide, so you,
You need another 4,000 square feet just to subdivide.
yeah.
Right,
Even if he does, it's still relevant. Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
think, yeah, you only have 50-foot frontage. You
Yeah.
need
It's
160.
a narrow lot.
Yeah.
That's why,
Yeah, no, yeah.
And it's the issue is you don't have the area and you don't have the frontage.
so the frontage is the main concern. All
frontage and area, yeah.
right,
You would need a 16,000 square foot lot with a
Right.
160 foot frontage.
all right,
You have a 12,000 square foot lot with 50 foot frontage.
right. Right, answers my question now.
Okay?
Thank you, gentlemen.
All right.
Thanks.
Site plan for 320 Revere Beach Boulevard?
Thank you. Rick Salvo with Engineering Alliance. Here on behalf of the owners of the property. This is more of just a meeting to sort of update the committee on where things are at. We've got the majority of our land use permits finally in place. I got a package here for you that includes the special permit that was issued by the City Council for the alteration of the pre-existing non-conforming structures and uses.
What was the date of that special permit issuance?
April 2nd. I'll give you this whole package.
Okay.
We have the variance withdrawal as the special permit trumped the need for the variance. The order of resource area delineation is in here. We have a final order of conditions from the Conservation Commission. That's in here. The memo that we submitted to the building department for the community trust fund contribution is here. The hydrant flow test results are in here. The traffic study is in here. As far as we know, the two remaining items, obviously prior to moving towards building permit, is the DCR access permit, which is pending any day now. I talked to Sean Grant, the permit engineer. There's a couple of administrative odds and ends that they're cleaning up on their end. I should have that permit within the next 2 days. I'll forward that to you upon receipt. And obviously, the deputy chief completing his review for the Chapter 148 flammables license, which again, has in the past been sort of an administrative process, but, that would be pending as well. So as far as the site plan goes,
Do you have the order of conditions in there? From
Yep.
Concom? Okay.
Here's a list of everything that's in there in order.
Okay. Thank you.
So as far as the plans go, there really haven't been any changes to the site plans that this board's already seen. The landscaping plans, which were a requirement of the last site plan review letter, are in progress. We're expecting to have those probably within the next week or so, and we'll submit those to you upon receipt. And we also have Nick Griffin here from and Luke Beck from Cube 3 with some building facade textures and stuff to sort of start that process rolling with the board. That we'd like to show you some of that stuff today as well.
Okay, very good.
All right, so for the majority of the building, we have a sample of fiber cement panel. Both, we have a panel system and a lap siding that is the majority of the facade. We have this copper color metal panel that is the accent color that is kind of,
When you say plant panel, you mean in the clapboard?
we have both clapboard and smooth panel.
Okay.
With,
Do you have any elevations or?
we do not have, I apologize, I don't have any with me. The metal panel is the accent color that's, through the banding and on some of the windows. We have, this is what our balconies and railings will be. This is some of the storefront that is at the base of the retail. And then we're still working on the exterior material at the retail. We're continuing to work with the interiors to make sure it ties together, so we haven't landed on a specific material yet. But we have a couple different options. So we have some kind of cast stone. If you can remember, the elevations are closer to this color, but maybe a little bit more saturated. But again, we still have some options of a different type of, fiber cement panel, some cementitious as well. So again, that kind of band at the retail is still up in the air, but the majority is a mixture of these colors, both panel and lap siding, this metal being the accent color, with some window colors,
Yeah.
storefront, and the railings.
So the idea is kind of distinguish the storefront area as a separate facade from the building, so that kind of stands out.
Yeah, it kind of wraps and then goes up in a few locations, and again, we're working with the interiors of the elevations and the retail to make sure they kind of all tie together, so. But
Yes, you said retail and storefront, so is this a restaurant or is this not a restaurant?
I think I don't know if we've landed completely on what it is yet, but.
No, I mean, there's perhaps more than one component. There's a restaurant component planned in there for now. There could be also a small retail component.
Okay, so on the drawings I've seen so far, when you talk to
Says
the restaurant,
restaurant.
I don't see anything that's accommodating venting up through the building. You can't run it on the outside facade. So I'm very curious to actually what you're really proposing.
Our most recent set of drawings that we put out on May 24th accommodates a kitchen grease duct up through the building and space for dishwasher exhaust and the rest of the requirements for one of those spaces to be used as a restaurant. And then the second space would not be basically utilized for a restaurant. Thinking maybe a small convenience store or something like that.
Okay, great, that's good to hear.
Do those drawings also include an exterior grease interceptor for the restaurant component?
Yes, we have 1,500 gallon grease trap out the rear with a
Outside?
sanitary connection, outside the building. So, and I should mention to you, all of the documents that are in front of you, as well as these latest plans, have all been uploaded to the Citizen Serve site as well. So Nick, I did drop off some plans to you. If you need any supplemental plans, I don't think I gave you a full package of building plans. But if you see certain things like that, you know, just let me know. I'd be happy to.
Rick, those are submitted in the site plan review?
Correct.
Oh, okay.
Not on the permit side, on the
Yeah,
site plan
on the
review
site
side.
Okay, so we look forward next time having a final landscaping plan and final, exterior building design plan. And,
Yeah, like I said, we're probably about a week or two away, I think, from both of those being complete.
Are you guys gonna be doing any renderings of exterior
Yes.
elevations?
Yeah.
I think that would go a long way to visualize the materials.
Yeah. Yes, but those are the basic colors you're working with now for the exterior of the building.
Correct.
So it would be a mixture of these three, basically.
Yep,
But this
with-
is
with the accent,
This
yeah.
trim.
This guy?
Yes.
This is a metal panel.
Simulate copper.
That would be ideal for the facade, for the storefront, and for the restaurant area. for the
Yeah, and there's
store.
portions of that
That would
down
look
there.
really sharp.
What is this? Seems like a metal.
Yeah, because there's going to be a considerable amount of glass, I imagine, on that first floor.
Right, correct.
Okay, as far as the civils, Nick, you have everything? You starting review on that?
Yep.
Okay.
It's all uploaded too, right?
Yep.
Okay, so all of the comments and whatnot will come through the Citizen Serve?
Okay, maybe you could let me know once they're just, because
Yeah,
I'm
I'll send
still a
you,
little rusty.
they'll send you an email,
Okay,
they'll
that'd be
notify
great.
you too. Yeah.
And as you advance your plans, make sure you submit them to the fire department for their review and approval, so
We
we can
have
look
a
at that.
tentative meeting either later this week or early
Great.
next week to kind of start go through the plans.
Good.
So,
Okay. And good luck with your DCR curb cut and street opening permit.
It should be any day now. We're
Yeah.
there, and we went through all the reviews, so they've been great.
All right, very good. Any other questions? All right, thank you, gentlemen.
Thank
Thank you for your time.
Is that it? That's it, right?
Yep.
Thank you.
That adjourns the site plan review committee meeting of June 5th.